Character consistency is probably one of the most commonly encountered issues with AI image generation. In today's video, I'm going to show you the techniques that I use to get it right every single time, across multiple scenes, across multiple locations. So let's get straight into it. So for today's video, we'll be using Nana Banana here on Hailuo AI. I've got a little scenario ready I made with the ChatGPT. So we've got this little storyboard. We're going to create a character, or possibly two characters in fact, for this story. So here is our first prompt. We've got a cinematic grid, 3x3, presenting multiple angles of a female detective. Describes her appearance, late 30s, classically beautiful, high cheekbones, dark painted lips, sharp intelligent eyes, etc, etc. And the first thing we do is we take that. We go over to Nana Banana Pro here. We set it to 4K because what this is instructing Nana to do is it's going to make a series of images, I think 9 in one, and they'll all be like HD images because we're doing a 4K image. And what I love about Nana Banana is that it actually understands this command. So you get like 9 images out of one. And the good thing about this is we're showing different angles and details across multiple shots, so that when we eventually have our character, we will be able to show precisely what this character looks like from all different angles. So I'm going to generate this and show you the results. Our first image, this is our character reference here. And as you can see, it is precisely what we asked for. Multiple angles. It actually didn't do a equal, 9 image grid shot, but it did something equally useful, which is it showed this character from all different angles, and that is a character reference sheet right there. So now that you got these reference sheets and you wanted to do a scene featuring the characters, if we go back to our storyboard here, which I made for this story, we've got this shot comp here features our female character. So this isn't the prompt, this is just a suggestion of the kind of scene we could create for this story. So what I would usually do is I'd take this to AI, either Claude or ChatGPT, and I'd ask it to convert it into a full prompt that's ready for Nana Banana. What we can do with this prompt, we can paste it in, and as you can see here, it has a description of our character baked into the prompt. The same kind of description that we used to create the character. It's worth noting that even though we're going to use a character reference to lock in the look, it's also good to reinforce it, describing the character again. Not like a full-on description, but really just the important details. So the way we get this prompt to lock this in properly is we drag in our character reference, and you can also go a step further and go at and just add that reference image just after this. So now this prompt, we'll be using this as a reference for this character here. As I say, we are reinforcing the reference image with a reiteration of what they look like. Because sometimes if you don't add this description, it might just reference the face, but not the outfit, which is not what we want. So let me show you the result. So this was shot 2. And here it is. And as you can see, if I put it side by side with our reference, that is pretty damn consistent with our character. Now, what I like about the way I'm prompting here, this is just one image right here. This is a 4K image, but it has multiple frames. And each one of these can be split down into one image, one HD image, and it can be used for a full production. There is one thing to note. When you do this technique that I'm showing here, you do get some bad results now and again, like this one here. Because this is a big image with lots of detail going on, anytime the character is quite small in the frame, their face can get a bit fuzzy and very, it has that AI generated look to it, basically. So what you can do if you want to fix a shot like this and maybe clean that face up and make it match the character more, is you can do this. You can say to Nana, change the face of the character in image 1, which is here, to match that of the character in image 2, while maintaining the composition of image 1 entirely other than that. And I'll just show you the corrected result here. So it's mostly an improvement, but obviously now she's looking up at the camera for some reason instead of looking straight ahead like she is in the original. Honestly, in a full production, a scene like this, if you're going to use it, was going to appear very briefly anyway. You probably get away with just keeping this as is. Depends how much of a perfectionist you are. I would advise not being a perfectionist as well, by the way, because it stops you getting things done. At some point in the story, this character comes into it. And yeah, this shot here. So you can see we've got two characters in this shot. We've got our female detective, and then we've got this guy as well. This ominous looking dude. And for this, I'll just show you the prompt. So it's this confrontation scene in this alley here. And yeah, the way you handle this is you drag in both your character references and you simply, again, reinforce the appearance of the characters based on the reference sheet. So as you can see right here, got those appearances baked into the prompt as well. And then what I do is just after the mention of each character, again, I do @ then select the appropriate image. So male criminal, that's image 2. And then we hit go. This was our result. Now what I like about these grid shots as well is not only does it allow you to lock in the consistency with the characters, it also locks in the location consistency. Because what can happen very often is if you're just doing one image at a time, one prompt at a time, you will often find that even though you describe the location repeatedly and try to keep it the same, it will change in many different ways. But with this one, you can see that this alleyway almost always looks the same. So we're not only getting consistency with the characters, although this one is actually not a great example, we're also getting consistency with the location. So, how about we put Nana Banana to the test now? I want to see how many characters we can portray at once without it drifting. So for the purposes of that, I thought we'd create 10 distinct characters with their very varying looks. We've got Surgeon, this woman here with 3 arms for some reason. I don't remember prompting for that, that's weird. We've got this old guy, this creepy ghost, I guess. Yeah, this is my favourite one. All these weird characters, very varied. I want to see how many of these we can put in one image while maintaining consistency. Now, these are actually the character references I made, and I'll just put the prompt up on the screen here. We've got all our strange characters here. As I say, you can see all these prompts. I'll put them all in a document and leave it in the comments. So for round 1, we're going to try and put this character and this guy in the same image. Here we go. Okay, here's the prompt here. Now, this is the first attempt. Now, in terms of the look, I feel like her face slightly drifted here, this Queen Tamara character. I think this guy came out looking perfect, like matching the reference, almost perfect. Round 1, pretty good. Okay, next we're going to try and introduce a third character. Let's introduce this guy here. We'll add this guy into the shots and see if we can lock in all 3 looking consistent. So, we've just added this Thomas character. Here is the reference image. I actually would do a better reference image than this because he's quite distant in the shot. I'd have him much closer to the camera so Nana it has more to reference basically. But these characters are looking pretty damn good. For some reason I think she kind of drifts a little bit from the reference. It's not a disaster, but it is noticeable. Now we're going to add 2 more. And I was thinking we'll add this Celestine woman with the 3 hands. I really don't know why she's got 3 hands, it's very weird. And we'll add this Ida Brunt pirate, I guess? I don't know. Okay. Well, there's a very obvious problem with this straight away. Need I explain what happened here? Yeah, our Queen Tamara character has suddenly changed as well. This does not line up with the reference at all. This Tamaz guy, yeah, kind of changed a little bit as well. And for this character here, I accidentally forgot to add the reference, so I just described her. That actually looks pretty damn good as well, despite not having the reference. But yeah, the face has changed as well. One thing I'd like to say is, I think what helps with these characters is the distinctive outfits kind of help sell the illusion of consistency. Not this guy, obviously. I mean, that's just ridiculous, but yeah, you see what I mean. All right, so I'm going to try and add 7 characters despite the issues with that last one. I'm going to try and add this Subotai guy and this Surgeon guy. This reference for the Surgeon is not good. I mean, you can see the face, but it's not a great reference image because it's, you know, side profile. Okay. Wow. Okay, that character's looking a little bit generic, like drifted quite far from the character reference. I mean, it's recognizably hair, but as I say, a lot of what's working in their favor is the distinctive look. It does look pretty good though. Like at a glance, she's probably just a bit younger than the reference. She's also got 2 arms again instead of 3. So technically that's a failure of the reference, but this guy is, yeah, it has drifted quite a bit. You know, the facial features, it's, yeah. I mean, we're asking a lot of Nana Banana at this point. You know, this is a lot of characters to try and portray at once. That one looks actually pretty good though. Nana Banana seems to be able to do the outfits a lot better than it does the faces when you're trying to do all these characters at once. Anyway, let's try and do all 10 now. You know, you can already see it was kind of struggling with 7. And this is not really a fair test. This is very much a stress test. You can add up to about 16 references, I think, on Nana Banana. And it's worth noting that you can reference a lot more than just characters. You might want to reference stuff like location and whatnot. Here it is. Well, that's certainly them in some instances. Let me just put these side by side. All right, so 10 characters. This is not really like something I expected it to do a great job with. And to be fair, it's actually not done bad at all. Faces, you know, they do drift, but we're asking a lot here. This one looks good. I think the robot, because it's quite basic and distinct description, I feel like that one came out really well. Like it pretty much looks exactly like this, and you can see the writing is consistent with the reference here. So that's probably the winner here. Anyway, yeah, enough of this nonsense. The main technique I use, as I say, is I always make reference images beforehand, lock in the look of the character, not only with the reference image, but making sure to restate the appearance and the attire every single prompt. And then that combination of using the reference and then restating what the character looks like in the prompt itself seems to work almost every time for me. I will drop all of the prompt templates, like a template for these prompts, in the description and in the comments. And if you want to learn more about making AI content, like cinematic AI content, you can join me on School. My community is free at the moment. And if you join now, you will be free for life there. I'll be posting more tutorials like this very soon. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.